What's cooking, Keto fam? It's Friday at 5, so you know what that means. It's time for Is Vodka Keto? Hey everyone, I'm your host, John Terry, here with my beautiful co-host and mother, Geri Terry.
Something just doesn't feel right, JT.
You know, Mom, I was thinking the same thing. Why don't we slip into something a little more comfortable?
Let's.
Woo!
Yeehaw!
We are back, Mother. It is once again Friday. Cheers.
Yay. Parched.
Pour me something tall and strong.
Make it a hurricane before I go insane.
Yeah. It's always 5 in Margaritaville, come to think of it.
It is.
I've seen your boat down there. So today what we're going to be talking about is fad diets, because you know keto always gets called a fad diet.
Mm-hmm.
Quick fixes, and kind of how people have especially it's like a problem with our society in general these days. How much people have that kind of get rich quick mentality, like everything is a hack, or do this
and everything will go away and your life will be perfect.
Yeah, and we're here to tell you that that's bullshit. Because we've been doing keto for a long time, and
it works when you do it, and when you don't do it, it stops working. So.
Yep, and everyone that's like one of the biggest things. What happens if I do keto and I lose all this weight, and then I go back to my normal diet and I gain all the weight back? It's like, well, then you probably should.
Duh! Jesus fucking duh! Of course.
Well, it's like, what the fuck were you expecting? Like,
what happens when I stop taking my medicine for, a horrible thing that I've got, and I stop taking the medicine, and the horrible thing becomes horrible again? I mean, fucking duh.
Yeah, right? Because there's so many people who are like, well, that must mean that keto is bad. It's like, well, no, bitch. What it means is that eating 15 fucking donuts is bad. That's what that means. You don't need to know that. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out that if you're cheating on your diet, if you're eating, if stopping doing something made you lose weight, wouldn't it make sense that
starting it up again?
Yeah, and I just love it because we go on these panels and things where people will be like, well, how do you plan on positioning for the fact that keto is a fad diet? And I'm like, oh yeah, the diet. Oh, you mean the
one that's been going for over 100 years?
Yeah, 100 years. Started in 1920s at John Hopkins. That diet, that fad diet,
crazy fad diet.
Oh,
yeah. I do keto and then I swallow goldfish.
Right? Well, and it's just like, look, the whole reason that I'm pretty confident that this isn't a fad diet and that all other diets are fad diets is because ketosis is not just a made-up word. It's not like South Beach, right? Like, keto is standing for ketosis, which is a physiological process that happens in your body when you starve yourself of carbohydrates. So, when you guys find another diet that implements a change in physiological state, then maybe I will concede that keto could be fad-ish, but it seems like if the Navy SEALs are doing it, that this might be, there might be validity to it, right? There might be something. But, it's because everybody, they expect, keto, they want it to be the quick fix, right?
Yeah, they want instant. And honestly, the first time that you decide you're going to do something and keto is that something, that first week on keto is always amazing. I mean, it may be amazing and memorable because you feel like shit, but like we said in one of the other podcasts, a little MCT oil goes a long way in helping that. But
just a little, because you can and will shit your pants.
Yeah, well, shit the bed.
Don't take it before you go to sleep.
No.
Put it that way.
But the point is that the first week or two, you do drop a substantial amount of weight, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. This is it. I mean, it doesn't continue like that. You're not going to lose 5 pounds every week for the entire time that you're, doing keto, which hopefully is not just like when the diet is over, when I get off the diet, when are you going to be not dieting anymore? Never.
Yeah.
I will fail sometimes because I'm human and a pastry chef, and so therefore there are times when puff pastry is just the answer.
And see, that's great because I'm OCD as shit, and so I get guilty when I cheat. So
Well, I feel guilty too, but I do it anyhow because I'm Catholic, so I'm used to that shit, right?
You're just not quite as our psychotic levels are different.
Yeah,
We've
different.
got our own
different psychosis.
Yeah, but it's just it's kind of endemic of this like get rich quick mindset. Everybody wants. It's like, oh, well, if I just zest some lemon over this ancient coriander, and that will my body will all of a sudden. Like you want a quick fix. Let me tell you, as someone who has a background in wrestling. The real kind of wrestling, not that, bouncing around with, no
tights. And
well, I mean, we still were in tights. We had some great tights.
I knew how everybody never mind.
My mom's about to talk about my wrestling teammate's dick. That was where I was going.
I was
going
to say how they were hung. I wasn't going to go straight to dicks, but I did. I knew, who was
comparing dick sizes on the wrestling team.
I knew who. He said, I thought, would you believe? Sorry.
But yeah, like I can tell you that if you want to lose weight, the quickest, most easiest way to lose weight, and I'm probably going to catch some grief in the comments for this. Send your hate mail to John at Ketonia Foods. I love to read it. Stop eating. It's crazy. I actually, anytime I've had to cut weight, if you just eat like a piece of beef jerky a day, you will lose a substantial amount of weight. I think most I've lost I lost like 10 pounds in a week just not eating. Also, other things that can make that process easier, if you just sleep with a sheet and then turn the AC down super cold, your body will burn more calories trying to keep you from dying in the cold.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's one of the techniques that we use.
That's why your bedroom's frequently like a meat locker that I can see my own breath.
I like it. I like it like that. That's just how I like it. It's not particularly for floating weight, but I mean, shit, we used to spit in bottles. I mean,
remember, yeah.
Oh yeah, you'd be running. You have kids like running with a dip in so they could spit into the bottle because their body was just like you had to have something to. We had the little candy packs because like for the high school, the cheerleaders would give you the candy.
Oh yeah,
and we would just be like the wrestling team would just be like, could we just get like gum? And they'd be like,
don't you... only one piece of gum per pack.
Oh, no, because you spit, which you use a gum for. You say
okay. But you knew how much they weighed and how many calories
was
and everything.
Yeah. No, you're like, look, bro, you're not going to swallow that
they
gum,
asked me to do it. I was like, okay, cool. I'll make brownies. And I have this candy crack that I make. They're going to love that. And they're like, no. Two pieces of gum.
Yeah, gum,
we'll wrap it.
Water.
Very festive.
Electrolyte packets.
Mm-hmm. But without the water.
Yeah, well, the problem is that when you can't, it depends on how hard you had to cut, right? Like, for me, loud was nice to me. I was, like, pretty middle. I was, like, right in the middle of the weight classes, so I really didn't. It was seldom that DJ D March would make me cut weight, like, heavy. I also got, I guess, lucky that Hunter was the 170 and I was the 180, so there wasn't a chance in hell that I was going to try to go down to 170 and take his spot because he was a savage. Shout out to Hunter Newton if you guys are ever trying to go watch a freak of nature in action, head down to Gracie Baja West Chase.
Do you remember when they were teenagers, Hunter would come over with his brother Marshall and Dale, my husband, would try to wrestle them in the kitchen.
It's not a good call.
It's just
even
murder.
Even back then, I think they were both blue belts in jiu-jitsu. They were both like pretty experienced in kickboxing as well. And then of course, obviously, like really fucking solid wrestlers. And my dad.
There was always the possibility that Dale and I had a couple of glasses of wine with dinner, which is what precipitated.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You think you're fucking bad? My dad, my Hunter would be like, "I'll kill you.
Yeah,
I'll kill you.
I'll kill you really fast."
Except for he's like
if you're lucky.
He is the nicest dude, and that's that's every black belt I think I've ever met.
Well, when you're carrying that kind of power,
yeah, you're just like, oh, that's so cute. You want to fight? I'll fucking murder you. It's like, okay, don't. But yeah, so I mean, the thing is,
we digress.
Yeah. How did we start this podcast off? What were we talking about?
Something about keto, I think.
Right? It's something. Is the vodka keto? But no, so yeah.
I hope.
Right? Well, the thing about like the mindset and thinking, oh, like I'm gonna do keto and lose all this weight, and then if I stop I'll just it's my quick fix, right? It's like, I mean, yes, it can be a quick fix, but the thing you should learn about life in general is that quick fixes tend to quickly go away. Yeah, like that which comes easy goes easy. So it's like, what you really should do is focus on finding the sustainable way for you to do it, right? If that means that Saturday and Sunday you just say fuck it and do whatever you want, like that can be your way to do it. You can be keto during the week, and you realize that you're gonna cheat on the weekends.
Well, that's the famous cheat day. Today is my cheat day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's and that's if there is only one way that you can be keto as a lifestyle. And if that way is by cheating one day, then that's what you've got to do. Because if you're going to quit after 2 weweeks, then you're not keto. You're not. You're not. Yeah. It's
better to be keto 25 days of the month or 24 days of the month and have 6 or fuck man, my math. Oh God, not even math morning for me. 22 days of the month and then have 8 days that you're cheating, versus being keto for 14 days and then saying fuck it and going off.
Obviously the way to do it is to figure out ways that make you that replace the foods that you're cheating on.
Yeah.
So, and not to have a shameless plug, but that's actually
check out the recipes. Check them out. It's pretty
check
good.
out the things that we're doing because
they're fucking awesome. They're so delicious.
And
oh
if
my
you
God.
can still eat bread, so you can still bring sandwiches. If you can, still eat dessert, and and it doesn't taste like shit, because so many of the things that I've tasted. Really, when I first started, I think keto has gotten much better. I mean, even people that are not done by a French pastry chef. But a lot of it is really good.
Yeah. There's a lot of it that's still shitty.
So there is.
And
but
also
you got to have it be sustainable, in whatever way you figure it out to be sustainable. And then you also have to figure out what to tell all your friends who said, "Oh, you still on that diet?"
And it's like, yeah, that's why I look good. And it's really, if you guys need some help with willpower, I highly advise checking out Jocko and the Jocko podcast. It's very good for kind of helping you, emotionally understand that really it's all a choice, right? Like you're just making decisions, and it especially if you're the kind of person, maybe, you might find for like someone like me, cheat days don't work, because if I have a cheat day, like when I'm off the wagon, I'm off the fucking wagon, and it's not like a little bit off the wagon. Like we're like we're going all in. We're the whole cake. Like it's just
if I'm going big.
Go back to that eating disorder. I just understand. It's like, look. There are certain you got to understand yourself and kind of realize what you're going to need to do to make this a longer term thing for yourself, because especially if your goals are in weeks or months instead of years or a lifetime, like you're going to wind up having problems with. You want to think about it in terms of like, when I'm old and I want to have to pick up my grandkids, am I going to be able to, or am I going to be debilitated because I'm 290 pounds and I can't get out of a chair, right? Like, you don't want that. So, like, if you can think about that now and think, okay, I'm not doing this for a quick fix, I'm doing this for sustained health throughout my life, you're going to find that it's a lot easier to not fuck around as much, or if you are gonna fuck around, you'll be able to keep it within the navigational buoys. And yeah, I just think that you can't have the lose weight quick mindset. I guess if you've got like an event, if you're like, I'm getting married, John, I can't think about it like that. But cool, man. Hey, I feel it. But in general, sustainability. Make sure that you're not thinking of this as like, oh, I'll do this for 4 weeks and then I'll lose, I'll start going back to eating ho-hos every day and I'll be fine. And you should have a good time. So I guess, Mom, the question then, as always, is vodka keto? Yeah. Is Vodka Keto is brought to you by Ketonia. For the most delicious keto baked goods, stop by ketoniafoods.com. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow us on all social media at Ketonia Foods. Please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. It does more than you know.